Maybe. Maybe we're live. Maybe we're not. Hi, guys. Welcome in. I don't know what is happening with my phone. Normally, I stream from my iPhone, and it was just not letting me right now. So, like, giving me access to any of my groups to go live in, which is very interesting. Must be something with the app because I can jump on to Google Chrome and I can do it from here. But hi, sorry about the massive delay. Welcome in. um, so today we're going to be talking all about year-end planning and how do you just like close out the end of this year with intention and with a game plan and with a strategy that you know you're going to create success with. So as you guys are jumping in, feel free to say, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to make this larger, but I don't know. If you guys pop in, just put a little comment in so I can see if the comments are going to stream through. I don't know if they are or if they're not. But I do have an ebook for you guys, per usual, Keely style. I personally learn by listening to somebody, and I also learn by taking my own notes. That's why I create a lot of custom ebooks, just because that writing things down, there's actually a ton of power behind writing things down. And also just knowing that you have your own custom plan mapped out, okay? Hey, Glory. Thanks for commenting, babe. Okay. So as we're going into this ebook is linked into OneDrop. It's underneath my contributor name. It is just called Annual Planning, and this is something that I not only like to do annually, but I actually do this quarterly. And it's more so like a CEO pulse check-in of what's working, what's not working, what's lighting me up, what do I need to shift, what do I need to see what I'm dragging, what do I need to delegate, and what do I need to put more focus on to continue to move towards what I want to create in my businesses, okay? So, or maybe even a layer of what do I need more spaciousness for, okay? There's a season for everything. And the most important part of this business, of any business, in my opinion, is that you're continuing to have fun with it, that you're continuing to feel lit up by it, that you're continuing to follow your own guidance and your own intuition with this, because it is so easy in business, and especially in network marketing business, to look side to side and to see what everyone else is doing and to feel like absolute garbage about what you're doing. Okay, that is not the intention behind me pouring into you guys. The intention is to show you how to stay in your lane, how to stay laser focused and lit up by what you get to create in this world and with doTERRA at your fingertips. Okay, so hey, Irene. Okay, so this is kind of a random day to jump in and be doing a live, but my schedule's been a little bit all over the place. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys have these tools. So as we are going through October and into November and December, which tend to be the busiest months of doTERRA, just FYI, you guys have a plan that you can follow, okay? So first step is I want you to brain dump everything that you are currently doing, wanting to do, or wanting to learn. Now, the reason why I want you to do this is we all continue to have a lot of open loops in our head, okay? So with that, it can be an open loop as far as like, oh shoot, I really need to follow up with that customer, or I really need to remember to touch base with that chiropractor or that gym owner, or I really need to remember to schedule that membership overview with that brand new customer that I enrolled now going on 2 months ago. Or maybe you're in the energy of, I really need to re-engage with my business. I need to kind of dig my hands back in and to nurture my community and to reignite my community, right? So brain dumping allows these open loops to close. It allows you to see on a piece of paper what you are actually putting your time into. This is an area too that you will notice if you're telling yourself like, oh, I'm so busy all the time, I have so much to do. You will notice the things that you are actually doing, and you will be able to define if that's moving you towards your goal or if that is holding you a little bit stagnant and you're just kind of getting stuck in the weeds, okay? What you're wanting to do. The reason why I want you to brain dump this is how many of us have been like, I really want to create that really clean onboarding process for my new customers, or I really want to launch that new business builder boot camp that I've been like holding on to for a long time, but haven't actually sat down and mapped it out for myself, right? Or maybe what you're wanting to learn, maybe part of network marketing, there's certain areas of this, right? There's prospecting, there's networking, there's teaching with confidence, there's closing with confidence, there's supporting your team and inspiring your leaders. These are all major components of our businesses. And maybe there's one or two areas that you're like, Key, I kind of suck in this. And like, I don't want to tell my team that, but I kind of suck in this specific area. And so is there something in that area that you can become a student of? If you ever think that you get to a point in this business where you're like, no, I'm good. Like, I understand it all. I understand how to network. I understand how to do all the things. If you ever get to a point where you stop learning, that's actually where you stop growing. So commit to being a student and commit to always expanding your skill sets. Okay. So you're going to brain dump on page 1. Page 2 is where you're going to, so page 1 is where you're going to brain dump everything you're currently doing. And then page 2 is everything that you're wanting to do and wanting to learn. Another thing that could be on your wanting to do is maybe there is a business course, or maybe there is a leadership course, or maybe there is a, self-development course, or something that pours into you as an individual that you're like, I really want to learn from this person. Add that to your list, okay? Okay. Step 2 with your annual planning is we're going to list out what you're going to keep, what you're going to delegate, and what you're going to trash. So naturally, there are things that only your hands can be, and only you can be kind of the conductor of, right? Like, I can't outsource my lives. It has to be my face, my voice, my downloads that come through to you guys. So when it comes to keeping, what are the things that absolutely need your hands on it? When it comes to delegating, what are things that you're doing that at this point you could possibly have a VA do? You could possibly have OneDrop do. I can't tell you how many people, even now, over 2 years into this, will come to me and be like, I didn't realize that OneDrop could replace my VA for all my graphics, for all my photos. Like, holy moly, is this saving me a ton of money, okay? So what can you delegate that you're currently doing? Maybe you really suck at doing membership overviews. Again, just like brutal honesty, right? But that doesn't mean just because most people do their own membership overviews doesn't mean that you have to do it that way. Maybe you find somebody who you can train who can be incredible at membership overviews, and they kill it, and they get your people on LRP, and they nurture your people, and they're so good at that. Maybe they're great at that, and you can actually delegate and pay them, so many dollars per hour or so many dollars per membership overview, where they're able to take that off your plate, right? So, hey guys. Okay, so delegation is key. And then trash. How many times have you had something on your to-do list that is never a circled top priority? How many times have you had something where you're like, I want to create this, or I want to create a retreat, or I want to create this big momentous thing, and it just kind of hasn't really happened. And sometimes trash can be things that maybe you just need to put into like a parking garage for a quarter or 2 quarters, or until 2023, until things feel a little bit calmer in your life. Or maybe it's just something that you're like, I've always done my business this way, but this actually isn't serving me. And again, you're taking that radical responsibility and looking at your business and realizing, okay, this isn't serving me anymore. And it's okay to completely trash this piece, okay? So maybe you've done continuing education every week, and you're doing it consistently because that's what you feel like you need to do, not because it lights you up, and not because your customers are actually consuming it, but just because you feel like, well, it's what I do. I'm supposed to do it. But what if by taking that off, you're able to actually spend time pouring into the retreat that you really want to create? Do you guys see the method to my madness behind this? So step 2 is getting very clear about what you want to keep, delegate, and trash. Okay. Step 3, what can you simplify, and what systems, tools, or trainings are you actually utilizing, okay? So what can you simplify? Simplification, in my opinion, looks like automation. So what are things that you can automate? Is your onboarding system? So when somebody walks in and they're a brand new customer, what does that process look like? How much of that is automated versus how much is manual? I will tell you guys, when I very first started doing my doTERRA business, I personally had everything in MailChimp, and I didn't realize I didn't understand, honestly, how to automate things. So every day when I had a new customer, I would go in and I would schedule the second drip email, the third drip email, the fourth drip email to fire with their email address every single day, because I wanted it to look like a drip email. I just didn't understand the automation piece behind MailChimp. And so what are things that you can simplify? Can you, if you are teaching continuing education, can you start to pull in your leaders to do that? Or maybe somebody who's really an avid user to do that. If you're doing leadership events, can you have other leaders come in? Can you have other cross-line leaders come in and teach and inspire your team too, right? Like, this doesn't have to look a certain way, okay? Systems, tools, and trainings. So the number one system y'all know I'm going to recommend is obviously OneDrop. I will tell you, OneDrop will save you at least a full working day. And I'm saying if you're working like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, if you are creating graphics, if you're creating ebooks, if you're creating content that way, OneDrop will save you a ton of time, just because this is our contributor zone of genius. And if you do the annual membership, even if you do the month-to-month membership, it's $35, which I will tell you, if you pay a VA or you pay a graphic designer, that you will get a couple graphics for that, okay? So to get access to our full library is probably one of the wisest business investments and business write-offs that you can do, okay? Other systems, tools, and trainings, obviously things like Flowdesk. I use Flowdesk for my email marketing. So some type of email marketing. If you're doing text marketing, some type of text marketing platform. If you are doing any type of trainings, can you automate it? Can you record them? And then just do specific, maybe you're doing a business training once a month and it's the same one every month. So you do that one, you record it, and then you do an active Q&A afterwards, okay? I'm not showing the video ended. Looks like it's still live. Hopefully this is still going. Still recording on my side. So I'm going to keep going. So systems, tools, trainings, these are all important aspects, again, to leverage your time, okay? Step 4 is to be honest with yourself. So I think that this type of self-evaluation, self-auditing, is really, really important to understand what is filling you up. And this is where I think, especially if you've been doing doTERRA for a long time, if you've been active in this business, or maybe you've had a few heartaches in this business. It happens. It happens with every business. I hope you guys know that. Maybe you've had a builder leave, or you've had a fallout with a builder, or maybe you just can't you can't find the builder that you really truly want to co-create with in this business, okay? So I think that taking some time to sit back and evaluate, why are you here? What fills you up? What if you knew that these oils were going to impact the next person that you opened your mouth to? What about that conversation actually fills you up? What about why you're here actually fills you up? I will tell you that for me personally, it's still the matter that I know that there are so many moms out there who have the little ones with tummy aches or teething problems, or, the sniffles, or just not sleeping well, or growing pains. Like, I know that so many parents go through these teeny tiny little ailments and issues with their littles, right? And we all do what we know to do, what's best for our kids. And so I have to really believe that there's so many parents out there, especially moms, that don't even know that these oils exist. They don't know the therapeutic properties of these oils. They don't realize how simple it can be to support their kids. And so for me, for my customer base, that is such a driver of recognizing that the mother I am today is because of doTERRA. The empowerment that I feel today is because of doTERRA. The lack of fear in a world that spreads fear so rampantly is because of doTERRA, and we get to share that message. And again, you guys all have your own driver behind this, but knowing what fills you up, knowing why you're here, knowing why you're doing this work is what's going to drive you on the days that you're not feeling inspired, or you're not feeling motivated, or you're feeling a little bit defeated, because they will come. But when you come back to this, the word inspired means in spirit. It means that you are in alignment with what your soul and your purpose is, your soul's mission. So that in and of itself just means that you are aligned with what you're supposed to be doing here. Okay. So if you're not clear about that, take some time to write it out. Okay. Step 5, what is your stretch goal? And this is where I have a lot of people who will be like, I want to be premier, I want to be silver. And like, they've been elite for a long time. And maybe you've been elite for so many years that the idea of premier does feel like a stretch. But truly, I want your stretch goal to feel so uncomfortable. I want it to feel like, like I would die when that happens. Like mind blown, but not like, you can't, it's like this very specific area where you know it's going to happen. You know it can happen. You don't know how it's going to happen, but it's also so not unattainable where you dismiss it. Okay. So like if you're brand new starting out, the idea of being presidential diamond in 6 months, there's an emotional component where it's almost dismissive. Like, yeah, that would be awesome if I could create that. But that pause right there, right? Versus like, no, I can become a diamond because I can for sure help 4 people become silvers. I can for sure find 4 business partners who are desperately searching to run their own business, especially in the environment that we're in today, right? Who are so excited to have the opportunity to financially support their family without having an overreaching hand on them, right? So make sure you write out your stretch goal. What is that stretch goal? And get detailed around it. Is it a specific rank? Is it a specific dollar amount? Is it a specific, is it hitting your 1,500? Is it finding those incredible business partners who you're just like, oh, thank you, God, for sending this person into my life, right? Okay. Step 6 is schedule and implementation. Now, this is a vital component of this working, guys. If you are not sitting down with your schedule and you are not actually planning out what are the actions that are going to move me closer to my goal, okay? Now, this has to be something, and it's 3:33, just so you know, so the angels are on our side. But this has to be something that you're sitting here thinking about. And you're like, okay, what is my barrier right now, right? We all have barriers. We all have things that we feel stand in our way. Whether you're telling yourself your barrier is like, I don't have time. I'm a busy mom. I have all 9 million things to do, or I work a corporate job, or, I barely have enough time. I guarantee you, if you change the narrative around this, you can change the trajectory of your business. Now, again, I get it. I get that you're like, no, but Key, like for real, my time is limited, or I don't know where to find the people, or, I want to teach the classes, but nobody wants to host a class for me. Now, key thing with this is nothing changes if your mindset doesn't change. So you need to write out your new story. You need to take some time, pen to paper, and write out your new story around what does this look like. Pour positivity and faith and belief over your business. Whatever you are focused on will expand. I don't care whether it's positive or negative, it will completely expand. So once you have changed your belief and once you have changed your narrative, then you're going to look at, what do I want to accomplish this week? Okay. Then you're going to tell yourself, what steps do I need to accomplish these goals? What are the steps? I want to teach 2 classes this week. Okay, I need to make sure that those 2 classes, if they're local, am I calling the venue? Am I making sure that I'm booked in those venues? Okay, I have these 2 places booked. Do I have my list of people who I want to connect in with, who I know will benefit from these oils? How do I want to invite them? Do I want to send a custom text to them? Do I want to make a cute little invite? Do I want to drop off cute little roller bottles for them to try? How do you want to invite them? Do you have a networking group that you're a part of? Connect in with those people, bring invitations there. Maybe you have your kids are in class and there's all the moms that stand outside and we wait for our kids, right? Like, great opportunity to invite people to your next event, right? So, and then what do I need to change to more easily meet these goals? Now, if you're the type of person that's like, okay, my class is going to be on Thursday and I'll invite everyone on Wednesday at 5 p.m., probably not going to get a super high attendance. So if you know that that's your kind of your habits, then you're going to make sure that, okay, I'm going to print out my little cute invitations, or I'm going to make all my cute little roller bottles right now so that way I can have them come Monday morning when I drop the kids off at school. Okay, so what are things that you can do to make it easier for yourself to meet your goals for just this week? I'm not talking about your stretch goal. I'm just talking about your goal for this week. Whether your goal is to enroll 5 people, to teach 2 classes, to connect in with people, to actually start networking with people, whatever your goal is, you need to almost reverse it and start to break it down backwards of what are the smaller steps that I need to take to get to that goal, and how can I make this as easy as possible and as fun as possible to actually achieve that, okay? Okay, so that is your scheduling and implementation. If you do not keep a calendar, especially, I will tell you guys, time will get sucked away from you. It is so easy to let time, whether it is, Netflix and chill, or it is on your phone, or it is with your kids. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with how you are spending your time. Do not let things like social media or things like the media or things that you don't want to be pouring your time into, do not let them suck away your dream, because you don't have control over your time. Look at your calendar, schedule out your calendar, and if you need that white space scheduled into your calendar, maybe you're like, but Key, like, my family time is my family time. Put it into your calendar. That's totally fine. I'm not telling you not to spend time with your family or your kids. I'm just telling you to be intentional with how you spend your time, okay? Okay, so step 7 and our final step is accountability. Because let's be honest, we can talk all day long about how you're going to create the most incredible doTERRA business and how you're going to launch all the things and be massively successful, wildly abundant, okay? But it's really easy to hide these days. It's really easy to say like, oh yeah, Key, I'm going to do that. I promise I'm going to show up. I got this. And then all of a sudden you look down at your watch and you're like, shit, it's Friday. I'm going to start next week, and then next week, and then it's the holidays, and then it's Christmas, and then it's New Year's, and then it's, well, I'm going to really ramp it up for 2022. Like, no, let's start today. And this is not a massive movement in one day. This is what I want you to walk away with. This is, number 1, find somebody who can hold you accountable to your goals and let them know why this is important to you, and let them know, when I'm slipping, I want you to remind me that this is why I told you this is important to me. Whether it's buying organic groceries for your family, or paying for a car payment for a safe car for your family, or it's going on a vacation with you and your significant other, or it's going and getting your nails done, or going and getting a massage, or whatever your reason behind creating incredible momentum in your business is, none of it's stupid. It's important to you, and that's important enough, okay? But you need to have the accountability, and you need to ask whoever is holding you accountable, that there's zero judgment behind them, but they do have full access and opportunity to remind you when they see you scrolling your phone, when they see you, giving excuses. Let's be honest, it's really easy to give excuses, especially after a long day. When they see you or hear you complaining. Those are the types of things where, like, having that accountability partner is really vital, okay? But more so than that is knowing that it's just these little tiny decisions that are going to make the biggest impact. It's the little decision of, you know what? She's right. I'm going to, and I don't need to be right, but I'm just using this as an example, is I'm going to take 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the afternoon, and I'm going to start to nurture my network again. I'm going to send that text message to my whole entire team, or that email message to my whole entire team, and be like, hey, I just want you guys to know that I'm here. I'm ready to connect in with you guys. I'm going to be teaching these workshops. I would love for you to join me. Whether you want to or not, it's totally up to you, but this is what I'm doing. The communication, the ability to be humble, especially if you have kind of dropped off the face, right? The face of the earth and haven't been doing much with your doTERRA business. It doesn't mean that your team isn't still waiting for you with open arms, okay? So again, what you think about is what you're going to manifest into your life. And so know that your team is going to be so excited, if you do have a team underneath you, to re-engage with you. Or if you've been engaging with your team, ask them, communicate with them, make their feelings and their opinions feel validated and heard, okay? So you have your accountability friend, you have your plan, you're going to take small incremental actions every day that are going to add up to a much larger impact in your business and in your life. And that's your plan. And then you just stick to it and you work it. And you're able to be fluid with this. And in that, I mean that if something isn't working, if you're like, I still don't like this, you're not married to any of it. Guess what? You can pivot, you can shift, you can change, you can do this business in whatever way feels good to you. And you should do this business in a way that feels good to you. Okay? All right, guys, I hope that this is beneficial. Again, this little ebook is in OneDrop, free to our subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed to OneDrop, let me lift up the rock that you've been living underneath. And we welcome you guys. We welcome you guys with open arms. We have the most abundant library that is chock full of graphics and photos and ebooks and email campaigns and text campaigns. Basically, everything you need to run a stellar doTERRA business as far as content is concerned is in OneDrop, okay? And it's all created by wellness advocates for wellness advocates. So we love you guys. We're really grateful that all of you guys are here, and we see you guys utilizing our content, sharing our content, protecting OneDrop, protecting our contributors, and just loving on what OneDrop has created for you and for your business. So we're really grateful, okay? All right, guys, love you lots. We'll see you guys in the next couple of weeks. Enjoy this, be intentional with this, put this on your calendar to sit down and to do this week, and let's rock the end of the year, okay? All right, we'll see you guys later.